today at gainofTrucking.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel. Save up to 40% off downtown Lincoln prices with a nice clean room and comfortable stay. Lincoln Hotel is locally owned and offers a day pass to the city's largest locally owned gym, Good Life Fitness. Long-term stays are available. You can learn more about pricing and book your Lincoln Hotel stay today at staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565. That's staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
This is Nick Wyman with your sports update. Nebraska basketball returns home to Pinnacle Bank Arena as the number 7 ranked Cornhuskers battle number 13 Purdue. The Cornhuskers put an end to their short 2-game skid by defeating Rutgers this past Saturday by a score of 80-68. The game between the Boilermakers and the Cornhuskers is set for tip-off this evening at 6 p.m. and can be seen on FS1. Top-ranked Arizona's undefeated start to the season came to an end Monday. An 82-78 loss to number 9 Kansas at Allen Fieldhouse. Jayhawks handed the Wildcats their first loss of the season despite Darren Peterson being inactive for the Jayhawks. With the loss, only one undefeated team remains in Division I college basketball, with that being Miami of Ohio, who have an overall record of 24-0. The Huskers collected wins over Washington, UTSA, and top-ranked Texas over the weekend in San Antonio. Up next, Nebraska will travel to Clearwater, Florida for the Shriners Children's Clearwater Invitational this weekend. Huskers will open the tournament at 9 a.m. Central Time against number 16 LSU on Thursday, February 12th. The game will be televised on ESPN2. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Lace up your skates and join Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Ferd as they introduce you to special player guests and give you the latest news and results from across the USHL. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Ferd.
Welcoming you back into another episode of Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket, also on theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern, happy to be joined this week by Associate Head Coach of the Lincoln Stars, Art Bry. Rocky is out on personal assignment, but he'll be back again next week. Art, how are we doing today?
I'm doing well, Alex. How are you?
I'm making it through. You know,
all right today?
I'm doing good. But first of all, before we get into anything, I wanted to wish you a happy early birthday. Your birthday's gonna, occur when we're kind of on a bus a little bit on Thursday, on the 12th. But
Yep.
What's the number you're going to this year?
32 years young.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny
In
because
my
you
30s.
you and Ross are right next to each other because his birthday's the 20th, I think, right?
Is it? I have to double check.
I think it's 8 days right after
I don't
yours.
have his birthday on the top of my head.
I got it written down somewhere on my notes somewhere, but that's besides the point. If you got any questions for Art and or our player guests coming up later, we've got Alex Pelletier and Lane Loomer. Go ahead and give that text line a ring, 402-464-5685. Art, since the last time you've been on the show last year, some stuff has changed, an Anderson Cup championship for you guys last season. Main thing for you, though, you got a bit of a title change. Now the associate head coach with the Stars, not the assistant and goaltending coach. Has there been, kind of anything different in terms of going from being an assistant coach to now having the AHC next to your name, or is it just a kind of a title change more than anything?
I think more than anything, it's definitely a personal thing for me, right? To where I've been through the organization now, going on my 5th year. They seem to be really happy with the effort that I've been putting in, so they kind of wanted to reward me in that capacity. But in terms of responsibilities, I think our staff does a really good job in delegating responsibilities between Rocky, myself, and Ross are there. So responsibilities, it's all hands on deck at all times, right? Making sure we're always trying to help in any way that we can. So I think the responsibility aspect of it is probably pretty consistent. Trying to take on more responsibility as any coach would. You start off learning the ropes, but once you understand kind of the lay of the land, you definitely want to take hold of more things. So Rock's been great with kind of delegating some of those responsibilities, kind of let me take hold of some things, and we kind of just roll in that capacity.
Are you still working with the goaltenders a lot, though? At least when I watch practice, it seems like you're always talking to Prowse, or whether that is Chuck or any other goaltender we've had up with us at some point this season.
Corey Courtney is actually the goalie coach. He's the guy who does.
Oh,
he works with the goalies.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, obviously I have a good relationship with the goalies. That's a big reason why I was brought in with the Lincoln Stars way back when. So, always chatting with Prowse, or always chatting with Chucky there. So, more than anything, just kind of being a support system for them and helping them any way that I can.
I now kind of want to get Corey in pads during a practice. Just how much do you think you'd have to pay him to put him out there on skates in full pads for a practice?
Corey's battling a little bit of a hip injury right now.
Oh.
So I don't think he'll be going on the icing here anytime soon. But I would imagine you name a price and he'd come running.
Yeah, I'd pay to watch that. I'd pay $15 to sit in the stands and watch.
You gotta get Ross out there.
Yeah, get Ross out there
Ross
as well.
would be the one to do it.
like a coaches versus players, like 3-on-3 tourney or something like that.
Yeah, me, Rock, and Ross versus the guys. That'll go over well.
Yeah, that'd be. I'd broadcast it. I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Being from California, going through your hockey career, of course, you spent time in the USHL as a player, and now, of course, as a coach. What is the biggest change you've seen in the landscape of the USHL from your time, most memorably with the Sioux Falls Stampede to now being on the Stars coaching staff?
I think the biggest thing is just the speed of the game has increased immensely. The skill set of the players has increased immensely. I'd like to think that there was more fighting when I was in the league, and there was more, we'll say, grit and toughness. I think the game has transitioned to more skill and puck possession and things of that nature. And not to say that our league doesn't still have some fights.
We've seen a couple toughness at the ice box the past couple of weeks.
Sure we have. So I don't want to take away from the present game, but just the speed of it, the skill of it. I think the USHL has a lot more attention on it now as well. Over the last decade, you've seen so many success stories come out of the USHL, whether they are program guys or they are regular team USHL guys, whether they're first round picks or 7th round picks or free agents, or just you see the impact that the USHL has on a young player's career and how we're able to develop players for the pro game. So I just think that the league's done a good job over the last decade to promote our players, and you're seeing it obviously in the NHL and high level of pro hockey.
And you've seen it with guys that we've set out into the professional ranks as well. Of course, most recently, guys that you and Rocky have coached on top of, with guys like Noah Laba reaching the ranks of the National Hockey League, guys like Dominic James as well. In that sense, it's got to be cool for you guys as a coaching staff to really be able to see those guys kind of blossom into their roles in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd like to think you had a big part of it, but obviously we have such a small part in their development. We're one stop in their journey. So to have any of impact on someone's career in that capacity is obviously the big reason why we do this as coaches. Being able to give back and provide any type of resource for these guys to take hold with. And then obviously it's up to them to take that next step. So to see guys have success, obviously at the highest of levels, but even at the college level, to see guys be able to step in as freshmen and be impactful. I know you're a big fan of your Huskies there in St. Cloud. So to see guys like Henny and Shoei obviously stepping in and being impactful, seeing guys like Jack Picard step in and being impactful. I think that is incredibly rewarding and a big reason why I do it personally.
Big shout out, by the way, to Tanner Heinrichs making his return to the lineup for the Huskies in this past weekend, sweep the Arizona State Sun Devils. But he a guy to talk about, guys that you have had recently go out there. Of course, him being an NHL draft pick with the Columbus Blue Jackets, a guy like Jan Shostak, who was the goaltender of the year last year, has faced some adversity at points so far this season, but he's still being able to kind of find a way to find success under specific systems. Do you feel like, as a coaching staff with Rocky and you guys having been here for now this being your 5th season, that you guys have kind of conditioned those kinds of players to be able to kind of bounce back from adversity at points like that?
I think one of the great things that we do here in Lincoln is we have high levels of accountability. As much as we want to win, we understand that there's a certain way to do things, and providing that we'll say level of resiliency that these players have to develop by being incredibly demanding, by holding them to such a high standard on the daily. That's the best way that we as a staff can prepare our players for the next level, because you never know what you're going to run into, whether it be a personal adversity with, you going through a little bit of a slump, or you get some injuries or what have you, not cracking the lineup. You have a coach that you guys don't see eye to eye, or there's an infinite amount of problems that a player might face. So helping them develop critical problem-solving skills to be able to manage those situations, helping them with their communication to be able to articulate their own thoughts and process other people's thoughts, as well as just being able to have thick skin and recognition of, okay, I gotta pay attention to the message from my coach and not necessarily the tone. So if you want to play at the next level, you got to be tough, you got to be resilient, and we take great pride in developing our players in that realm.
Talking with about last week's contest with, of course, the couple of losses to the Youngstown Phantoms. Of course, you battle back. You get a point in that game on Friday. A big comeback for you guys, down 3-0, heading into the third against, in all statistical capabilities, the top team in the USHL in the Youngstown Phantoms. You battle back. You get a point, fall in the shootout that game. And then on that Saturday game, when I talked to Rocky and coach's comments after that game on Saturday, he talked about, after the game, he saw sadness in the locker room for the first time in a while. Do you feel like games like that where, things don't go your way, puck bounces aren't going your way, but you're still putting the effort out there and you can see that they are kind of grinding on that sense, is going to help the team in the long run? Of course, still in a playoff spot as we speak right now. We got a big road trip going into Green Bay this weekend. Do you feel like a game, kind of a series like that, where you kind of, like Rocky said, with guys that have joined the team recently, like a Samuel Marine, like a Cooper Williams, you kind of starting to get a sense that you have your guys in that locker room now? Do you feel like a game and a series like that is going to help you guys in the long run?
I think any tough battle with any team, whether they're a top team statistically like Youngstown or a bottom team who is still incredibly talented, it's our group responsibility not to necessarily even care who we're playing, but to understand that there's a way that we need to play in order to have that playoff mentality and to have that mindset heading down the stretch into playoffs, and carrying a lot of momentum into that run. So obviously a weekend like that's great, but our group recognizing that every weekend's a playoff mentality type mindset is what's going to allow us to prepare for that stretch, that run, that push. So I think it's up to our guys to highlight the importance of that preparation throughout the week. And then obviously heading into Friday and Saturday, making sure that they are investing themselves into the game so they kind of have that maybe that emotion that Rocky's talking about if it doesn't go our way at the end. And obviously if it does, they're even that much more excited.
And that's kind of something that I've been talking about remedially with some of the fans that I meet when I'm around the ice box is like, man, after the Anderson Cup season, you're in a bit of a rough stretch right now. And I always point out to the fact that like when we come into this season, you look at last season for the Stars, Anderson Cup championship for you guys, a good playoff run as well. Of course, falling in the Western Conference playoffs. But however, you look at a series that happened in the early part of 2025. Muskegon came to town to the Icebox. You guys beat up on them for 2 games. They go on and they win the Clark Cup playoff. They win the Clark Cup championship. You want to be playing your best hockey when the calendar flips to March, flips to April, flips to May.
Are you asking, do you want to be playing?
Well, not necessarily am I asking you, but I'm just saying like in the sense of that you don't want your guys to kind of peak too early, if that makes any sense.
No, absolutely. But I think at the same time, you highlight important lessons that need to be learned from a group perspective, recognition of what leaders and what the veteran players and how they need to take care of the team's preparation, the younger guys and understanding the importance of their roles in that situation where it is maybe playoff hockey. So absolutely, right? Like maybe you don't want to peak too early, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're fostering a certain mentality heading into that stretch. You can look at any number of seasons and there would be an infinite amount of teams that were hot all season and carried into the playoffs. You can look at teams who limp into playoffs and go and get hot right at the end there. So I think, not necessarily the details are what's important, but the idea of preparing your team for battle and recognition of it's going to take more than 5, 10, even 60 minutes to win a series. You need to put together complete hockey consistently, top to bottom.
And that's also why I think that winning a hockey championship out of any sport is probably the most difficult, because it is such a contact sport, because it is such a long season. Of course, we play 60 plus games in a season. Then you add in the playoffs to that as well. It's always kind of like we just had the Super Bowl recently. Like last Sunday, the Seahawks beat the Patriots. It's a 1-game round robin. Winner moves on from that situation. If you have one bad day, your season's over. In hockey, you have one bad day, you can kind of pick yourself up from that kind of down moment, put yourself back into the game in the next game, which is also why I just, when the Stanley Cup playoffs roll around, it's always must-see TV for me in that sense. Do you feel like in the USHL, of course, it's a bit of a shorter playoff format, but they did change the playoff format for this upcoming season. There's also some other changes we're going to get to here in just a little bit. But when in your experience in the Clark Cup playoff, of course, you guys have been in the playoffs every single season since you guys have arrived in Lincoln. Do you feel like in the terms of any other kind of amateur sport like hockey, that Clark Cup playoffs are some of the most kind of taxing weeks for a player like that, even especially with the older schedules?
The playoff format and the quick turnaround is what's incredibly challenging. Getting the bye the first 2 rounds is obviously incredibly important, and so you're competing down to the very last game. And in some situations, if you don't get that bye, you're right into a playoff series, and then you're right into the next series if you're able to get the job done in that first one. So I just think the quick turnaround is what's challenging, and obviously, having to win more than 1 game, having to win 2 and 3 in some capacity. So, it's hard. It's challenging. And again, that's why the USHL does a good job of preparing players for the next step. It does suck at times when you aren't able to rest guys and your guys have to kind of just get going right away again and make sure they are ready to go from that transition from the end of the season to playoffs. Which is why it's so important to build resilient players and making sure that our players are preparing the right way, taking care of ourselves on the daily, and just being legit pros. That way, when those moments do come, we don't leave anything to chance and we control everything that we can.
And talking more about kind of changes that the USHL has made. We got some big news this morning out of the league with the Fall Classic being moved to Chicago. All Western Conference teams applaud that move because that's no more long bus drive to Pittsburgh beginning next season. How does that feel as a coach, going forward after this season?
Great. Sweet.
Yeah. I mean,
got to go win hockey games.
Yeah. You got to win hockey games. That's the big thing. I'm just like, selfishly, I'm just like, my first trip to Pittsburgh was this year, and, God forbid, it felt like everything that could have went wrong on our way out there. And then we lose 2 games, then we have to come back. Like it was the tire like the tire busted off the bus, that whole debacle. And now, it's Chicago from here, maybe a 10-hour at most bus ride going on that. And then the fact it's also a brand new rink that the Steeler building that it's going to be at as well. I'm sure you guys haven't had the chance to talk about it a whole lot. Of course, you're still focused on this season, but that is also a central hub for, NHL teams to be able to come scout the players, which also is a kind of a big move as to why they probably wanted to move it more centralized.
Yeah, for sure. It's great. Another venue, another spot. It's our responsibility to get our players ready to go at the beginning of the season and go down there and play our games. So location specifics, right? Obviously the trip shorter, the venue's great. Let's do it. Let's have some fun with it. We'll see how it goes when the time comes.
Speaking of having fun, of course, we had to Green Bay here this weekend. We were talking a little bit before we came in here about the venue that they've got out there at the Resch Center. I talked to Rocky way earlier when we were doing the show when we first started this season. What's your kind of favorite rink that you've coached in so far? It could be a coach, that you've played in as well. Of course, you can answer the Icebox if you want to.
Obviously, the Icebox, baby.
You've played in the Icebox too, as well. So, I mean, what is that like as a player when you were coming in here as a member of the Stampede back, in the 2013, 14, 15 seasons? You also played with Dubuque in the 12, 13 seasons as well, but I'm not sure if they came here during that campaign as well.
So the first time I came to the Icebox was when I was with Dubuque, and it was when Jackson Tycro was a goalie, and you guys had Mike McKee, and you guys were big and scary. And I just remember coming in, and it was incredibly loud. And I remember Tycro wanted to fight, and I said no. And then I had Mike McKee come up, and he drank out of my water bottle, and then he wanted to fight. And I just remember it being a very intimidating place to play. Over the span of my career in the USHL, I got to play in here a couple times over those 3 seasons. And I do remember this being a spot that I enjoyed just because it was fun. You had fans who were getting on top of you. It was loud. The Lincoln Stars always played a heavy game. So you had to defend your net front. You had to get your box out. So you really had to battle. I loved it. It was great. I have some pictures of me in the net, from BA with this camera in the net and stuff. So it's cool. It's just how things come full circle. I'm just incredibly thankful and grateful for my opportunity here.
What does the light show look like as an opposing player during the starting lineup intros?
From what I remember, it was dark and it was smoky.
You're probably not focusing a whole lot.
I don't remember the specifics of that. I do remember just staring at the star. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But the first couple minutes of the game when it's hazy as a goal, you definitely
probably not a good look. Yeah,
you definitely got to make sure you're dialed in and focused up because between that and the black and blue seats, maybe a puck will get up on you quickly, and you got to make sure you're ready.
Yeah, it's always kind of funny because you get the chance to ask people like that, and I'm sure when I have Samuel Marine on the show here in a couple of weeks, one of our newest acquisitions, we'll talk to him about that. Of course, him a member with the Tri-City Storm. Talking about kind of the new acquisitions that we've made over the past couple of weeks. Cooper Williams gets his first USHL goal on Friday against the Youngstown Phantoms. A heck of a shot, by the way, from the right side circle. That's kind of the shot that, at least in the conversations that I've had with Nick Fabrizio and Rocky Russo, and of course getting a chance to kind of watch some of his games in retrospect on the highlights from when he was with Bismarck, that kid's got a college and pro level wrist shot, and you saw it on that first goal in Youngstown.
Yeah, he's a goal scorer.
Yeah,
he's got to get pucks on net, whether it be a clapper, a backhand, a wrist shot, a whatever. Just he's got a knack to score. I think he does a great job complimenting those guys he's playing with. Kudos to him for coming in and kind of just integrating himself right away. A really good kid, which obviously character is really important when you bring in a new guy, step into the locker room. So, we're really excited about him, and he's been an absolute great addition for our group, and he's been really energizing in that capacity too.
Last question before we let you go here, Art, as well, a guy who is going to be on the show here in just a little bit, and Alex Pelletier. He has been the best goal scorer in the USHL this season for you guys. Of course, the guy that was kind of playing a depth part for you guys at points last season, a good penalty killer. We've seen flashes of his penalty killing out there when you guys have needed him as well. But what do you feel like has kind of driven his success to being the leading goal scorer in the United States Hockey League, going from last year now to this year?
I just think Alex does a great job of just being a pro every day. Last year, he would always obviously be one of the first guys at the rink. And when you have a group like last year, when we were having success and we were a good group and there were a bunch of great players, but to have those consistent behavioral patterns as a young player stepping into junior hockey, it's it's allowed him to develop his game at just a steady, constant rate. He knows that his success isn't going to come overnight, and he's had to work for it, and he's had to commit to certain things. So he's just a pro in that capacity. And I think a lot of guys they can just watch how he carries himself and emulate and learn from that. But even carrying into this year, even with the success that he's having, he's still one of the first guys at the rink. He gets on the ice early. He's working on his craft. So to see him have success, it's honestly no surprise. I can think back to last year where maybe he was getting overshadowed a little bit, but I'm like, why? He's incredibly talented. He's incredibly gifted hockey player. And so he just kept working, and his time came, and he's been a huge, obviously, piece for us this year.
Art, thank you for hopping on today on short notice. I guess we'll talk to you this weekend out in Green Bay. All right.
Thanks, Fernie. Appreciate it, brother.
We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, Pelletier and Loomer join Outside the Box.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel. Save up to 40% off downtown Lincoln prices with a nice clean room and comfortable stay. Lincoln Hotel is locally owned and offers a day pass to the city's largest locally owned gym, Good Life Fitness. Long-term stays are available. You can learn more about pricing and book your Lincoln Hotel stay today at staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565. That's staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See club for details.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies, and it will be breezy. In the afternoon, high around 51. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, below around 27. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds, and an afternoon high near 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Butler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Spur.
Back on Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern joined by two of our leading scorers for the Lincoln Stars, Alex Pelletier and Lane Loomer. Fellas, how are we doing on this Tuesday evening?
Both doing good. Yeah, extremely good. Nice and warm here in Lincoln, so it's been cool.
Yeah, I'm on this like kind of soft like food diet right now. So like, and I was like, I'm a soup guy, but now at the moment that it happens, soup weather isn't exactly the most proficient thing. I feel like I should throw something on the grill or something, but I can't really afford to do that right now. That's besides the point. Let's go ahead and get into our talking points that I've written down for you guys. First of all, gotta say congratulations to Alex Pelletier for Boston College winning the Bean Pot last night. Big win for the Golden Eagles. Did you get a chance to watch that game, Pelly?
Yeah, I was able to watch it. Obviously, that's congrats to them as a big win and stuff. I think they said it was the first time in the past 10 years, so it's nice to be able to get the big win there.
Yeah, big win out of TD Garden in Boston for BC. They came to St. Cloud last year, and I got to call a game against them. That was when they had Hagans. It was Perot was on that team too, and I think Fowler was their goaltender. And I'm just and like just watching them skate back and forth. It's an Olympic size sheet up in St. Cloud too, and that was just it was something to experience. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the team as it comes right now. Of course, we had the Green Bay here. 4 games on Friday and Saturday. Of course, last week didn't go the way we wanted it to. We got a point on Friday, fighting back from a 3-0 deficit going into the third period. You had the game tying goal late in that period as well. What do you feel like kind of was the switch that kind of flipped for you guys heading into that third?
Yeah, I don't think we necessarily played too bad of a game by any means. And I think it's also an encouraging sign. Like Youngstown, supposedly the top team in the league by what the standings say, but like we're right in them with both games and stuff. So it's not like we're getting blown out by any means, but I think just sticking to our game plan. We played 40 decent minutes and stuff, and we've notoriously been pretty good in the third period when we're trailing and stuff. So we knew just stick with it, and hopefully the goals will start to come, and they did.
And yeah, they did in that sense as well. They also took a look at a review during that goal as well. I didn't get a chance to see what it was. I think you were out there on the ice though, Looms. Did you know what they were reviewing on that extra attacker tally?
Yeah, on the one that actually counted.
Yeah, not the one that he threw in the net.
It was another guy that was out there with us. They were trying to call like a slew footer penalty or something on him, and I didn't really see it too much, but I just saw the guy go down kind of close to me.
Yeah, I kind of missed when that was. I kind of missed that. You almost got away with that one a little bit on the first one that was disallowed. Did you know that you hit that one with your hand when it went in?
Yeah, I knew I did. I tried to make it pretty discreet motion, but I guess it wasn't discreet enough. So
yeah.
Yep.
I saw you try to play it off on your way to the bench too. That was it's a pro move, but nonetheless, it all worked out.
Yep.
In that sense, though. Got a road trip coming up to Green Bay. It was the second place team in the Eastern Conference. Pelly, you played 2 games with the Gamblers before your time with the Stars. You've seen Green Bay a couple of times throughout your guys' USHL careers. Of course, you guys both being third-year players in this league. What is going to kind of be key for you guys going into this weekend? I know you guys have only had 2 practices so far after last week, but again, getting a chance to skate yesterday, getting a chance to skate today, going on the road against a team in Green Bay that has played good hockey. But now, like I talked to Rocky on Saturday, it felt like you guys have your team now officially. Like it feels like everybody in that locker room is going to gel going into the final stretch. Whichever one of you guys wants to answer.
Yeah, I think certainly just kind of in the last, 18 games we have, last 20 stretch, it's getting ready for playoffs and the full team that way as we've gotten so close to the deadline. So everyone's kind of secure that way, where it's now we just got to keep winning games and prepare for playoffs and make a run for it. So I think that starts this weekend in Green Bay with a good road trip. Excited to get up there and play a team that we haven't played all year and just test our game a bit versus a good team in their conference. So it's exciting.
Yeah, I think as you said, this weekend's going to be a good test for our group. It's always fun to get on the bus and get on a road trip with the boys and kind of cut the distractions off a little bit and spend some time with the team and stuff. So they're a good team. They're ranked pretty well in their conference stuff. We're heading into a hostile environment this weekend, so hopefully can play our game and stick to our identity and come out with 4 points.
Do you remember anything from your time in Green Bay? Of course, I know 2 games is 2 games.
Yeah, I remember those 2 games. They were actually in Chicago, against Chicago. So I was never able to play at their facility, but I do remember heading there, and obviously it was a very nice, large rink, fits a lot of people. So I'm sure they're going to pack it pretty well this weekend. So it should be fun.
Yeah, and Loomer, have you gotten a chance to go play? Have you guys played at the Resch Center yet in your guys' careers, or have you guys not had that opportunity?
I have not.
I haven't yet either.
Okay, I didn't remember off the top of my head. Green Bay coming in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference, right behind Dubuque, and then Youngstown kind of running away with the Eastern Conference right now. They got 67 points, and right now 2nd place in the whole USHL is Sioux Falls with 60 points. Who again, like we've said at points this season, you guys have skated with every single team in this league. The record that we have right now does not exactly just show the whole story right now. I mean, we're getting points recently. We're not coming out on the right side of the win-loss column, but you're still, you're getting points against Sioux City. You're getting points against Sioux Falls. You're getting points against Youngstown like we did last weekend. What do you guys feel like is kind of the little kind of obstacle that you guys need to do to get over the hump, to get more wins? Of course, we sit with 20 right now.
Yeah, I'd say one thing we kind of look back as the Monday morning quarterback, and we're kind of realize we're doing the right things, but it's kind of too little too late. So we start to play really good hockey when we realize we're down in the 3rd period. It's like if we can start playing that way early in the game and kind of take it to them right off the puck drop, then we're going to find success a lot more nights.
Yeah, certainly. And honestly, watching a lot of our video back is just our mistakes. So we learn every week, every practice, every game, and just limit those mistakes, and I think we'll be golden.
Yeah, and like we said, like the starts for you guys have been kind of hit or miss over the past couple of weeks, but now, of course, like on Saturday, of course, a 4-1 loss, but it felt like you guys played one of your better games of the season. When I was talking to Rocky, it was the compete was there, and like he said, you guys were pretty beat up after the game. You guys were upset that you guys lost, which is something that he has said at points this season is like, if as long as I can see that they care, I will run through a wall for them. And you guys getting a chance now heading into the final 16 plus games of the season before the playoffs start. Of course, we're in a playoff spot right now, which is a good thing, but you never want to be playing like I was talking to Art earlier, you never want to be playing your best hockey too early in the season. And like, that's what I talked to Rocky about at points through this campaign is last year he felt like you guys might have peaked a little bit just too early with the Anderson Cup team. Of course, the playoffs didn't go the way you guys wanted to. Now getting a chance to, kind of build your guys' confidence heading into the playoff scenarios for you guys. It's a good chance for everybody to kind of build that camaraderie, everybody to kind of build that confidence in each other, of course, and kind of boost yourselves to the next level.
Yeah, I think last year, I don't know if it was a mix of we won so many games all year, we just expected to win or something like that. But I think we kind of went into every game we could play very average and still kind of find our way to find a win at the end of the night. But this year, we have to grind for our wins, and I think that's not a bad thing at all. But I think we're a team that's very hungry, and we're starting to come into our own as a team and stuff. So we have whatever it is, 15-ish games left, and we're excited to show our fans and show each other what we got.
And we've had a couple of really good crowds at the Icebox lately as well. We had our sellout against Omaha, a couple of really good crowds this past weekend here in Lincoln as well. What's been your guys' favorite memories playing in front of our fans here in Lincoln? Do you guys have any favorites in that sense? I know you guys aren't exactly the most fighting types, at least in terms of everything. Don't tell that to Kate Kohansky, though, after what he did on Saturday. But do you guys have any favorite memories from the Icebox so far through your guys' USHL tenures?
Honestly, pretty much every Icebox game at home is a lot of fun, especially with the star drop and just the fans. The energy at that rink just seems like there's nothing else like it. But always the I-80 games are pretty intense, like, especially when the fans come out, and Omaha just being so close. Those games are always fun that way when the crowd's into it, their crowd comes. But every game's a lot of fun and always great playing at home at the Icebox.
Pelly's had a lot of good memories this season, a lot of goals scored in Lincoln, so I'm sure he has got some good ones too.
I would say anytime an I-80 rivalry at Lincoln on a Saturday night, that's always probably, I'd say that's top tier. And then Teddy Bear Toss, we didn't win that, but that was nice.
You scored the Teddy Bear Toss goal too.
Yeah, I did. That was a fun night. I think obviously the results are not what we wanted, but that's obviously a good cause. And then any jersey auction night's usually a pretty fun one. I think one of the highlights this year is probably the hero night.
Yeah, the game against Fargo where he put up 6 in the third.
Yeah, that was probably one of the more fun games this year. I think the jerseys were unreal that night. We had a great crowd and we were able to beat Fargo and have a pretty epic third period there. So that was probably one of the best for me.
This is the last question I've got for you before we go ahead and go to break, fellas. This is coming from our social team with the Stars. They want to know why you don't change your celebration at all, Pelly.
To be honest, I think one reason is I ran into a little stretch there where I was trying to celebrate and I started falling a little bit. So now I just kind of kept it simple.
You keep it. You just go arms out is usually what your go-to is.
I tried to change it up a couple times and I started falling. I was like, I'm done doing that.
You did the take the hat off for the hat trick get goals though.
Once, so I don't know. Maybe I'll create something new in the near future, hopefully, but we'll see.
Lub's had 9 goals in January, so he's found his goal scoring touch as well in that sense. You've had some good sellies. Remember was it against Omaha where you skated all the way to center ice on the power play goal in the first to tie it up at 2 or whatever it was?
The second period one?
Yeah, it was the second period one. It was to my left.
Yeah, I was kind of at the point. So, and honestly,
you were at the point. That's somewhere you're usually not.
Exactly. I was kind of high up there too, so didn't know which way to go, but kind of momentum that way after hitting a 1T.
Yeah. You and Ikes too. Ikes later.
Then Ikes did it right after.
From the slap shot from the point. Then he skated to center ice, and then he skated back the other way to get the handshake line going. That was just. We've had some weird celebrations so far this season. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. When we come back, more conversation with Pelly and Looms on the Outside the Box 97 ticket.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Get inspired at the 54th Annual Home and Garden Show, February 13th through the 15th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. $10 admission. Let the experts bring your home projects to life. Learn more at hbal.org.
If you're a farmer, you need to hear this game-changing news about crop insurance. It's now possible to protect up to 95% of your farm's revenue, not at the county level, but down to your individual fields. At Trados, we help farms design protection that works with their marketing plan, not in isolation. The key isn't buying another product. It's understanding how coverage, grain marketing, and your operation work together. As hail and wind rates continue to increase, now's the time to ask better questions. Call us today or visit gotrados.com to start protecting 95%. That's GOTREDAS.com. Trados, ingrained in your success.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Fern.
Getting ready to wrap up Outside the Box at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern here with you, Lane Loomer, Alex Belt here as well. If you got any questions for Pelly and or Looms, 402-464-5685 is the number you need to text. Fellas, of course, heading into a big weekend against Green Bay. I want to talk about this season in review, really, for everything. You guys have any favorite memories from this season so far? Of course, you guys have played your fair share of really close games. Pelly, you scored a lot of goals. You've had assists on a lot of those goals. Looms, you've scored a lot of goals yourself as well. You guys have any favorite memories so far from this 25-26 campaign?
Yeah, honestly, it's flown by that way just because so much fun. But I think it's been fun just because we're in close games consistently and winning some, coming short on a few others. But I don't know if I have like certain games that are more fun than others, other than ones when you're winning. But I think just the day-to-days with all the guys, with the team going to practice, the rink, and travel weekends, travel days, everything adds up. It's all a lot of fun so far, and it's flown by, honestly.
I would say both the road trips and the home games have been really fun this year. I think the road trips give us the opportunity to bond as a team and become closer, which obviously helps us. And as he was saying, yeah, I feel like we've kind of blinked and it's already the middle of February right now, which is probably it's a good thing. It means everyone's having fun and enjoying the season and stuff. So I don't know if I have a favorite memory this year. I think kind of just trying to take it all in our last year of junior hockey and make the most of it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You guys aren't going to be here next year, but the biggest thing I was so excited for, they're moving the Fall Classic to Chicago beginning next season. That's no more bus trips to Pittsburgh. Thank God.
Yeah, that's good for you guys and all the staff and players and stuff. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that.
That trip to Pittsburgh this season was awful.
Yeah, it was not
the tire in the middle of the night, and then we go there, we play 2 games, we have to head back, and then of course the 4 games after that didn't go our way as well. I was expecting you, by the way, Looms, on the answer to that question. I thought you were going to say your shootout winner against Omaha.
Yeah, I guess another I-80 one. So that was pretty cool. But honestly, any win with the guys is a lot of fun, or just any travel, anything when you're all together. It's get your laughs and have your fun on the ice and practice. Everything's a lot of fun, to be honest.
One thing that I picked up on our last game against Youngstown, we had our first forward fight of the season. Kohanski was the first one of our forwards to drop the gloves this year. It's been Eichler, it's been Sloper that have been the only guys to really drop the mitts this season, and Kohanski was the first one to drop them.
Yeah, that was a good tilt. Maybe we'll have to send the memo to the forwards to get a little more jam up there. So
yeah, and I know
that was.
Well, I don't know if we can afford to put you in the box for too long, but
we'll see about that.
Right now, I don't know if you're aware of this, Pelly, and I don't want to jinx you in any sense of the word, but right now you're 1 goal away from tying third place single season all-time goal scoring record for the Stars that was set by Jason Gregoire with 37 in his lone season. Is that in the back of your mind at all when you're playing, knowing that you're that close to kind of etching your name in Stars history?
Not really. I mean, to be honest, I don't really hear about any of the stats or historic stuff from anyone besides you. Really,
yeah,
so.
That's the only time I ever say it anyway.
Yeah, I don't really try to focus on that. I mean, obviously, you just try to play the game the right way, do the right thing Monday to Thursday, and then on usually Friday and Saturday, success falls when you do the right thing week in and week out. So that's kind of been my mindset and stuff, and just play the game the right way, and usually success falls.
Yeah, and that's been really fun for me to be able to watch you guys play the season. That's both of you as well, because you found him a lot. He's found you at points this season as well. What do you guys feel like, the chemistry this season? Of course, you guys have played with each other the past 2 seasons as well, but the chemistry this season for you guys being thrust into the top 6 role, being the top line, I would argue, in the USHL. What has kind of been so proficient for you guys in being able to find the score sheet?
Yeah, I think we played a bit together last year, quite a bit, and obviously had some success that way. And I think we play kind of similar and then also contradict each other in some aspects. So it's a good pairing that way, where we're both going to go work and do the little things and stuff like that. But then we'll also be able to, he's got that shot and stuff like that, and I'll try to get it to him whenever I can and stuff like that. So it's a little bit opposite that way, but the similarity of some of the aspects of the game, just you're on the same page about a lot of stuff. You're always trying to learn. So I think it's just been great and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think, as he said, we complement each other really well. I mean, the stat sheet's the way it is right now, but at the same time, our stat lines could be flipped where Loomer could have 30-something goals and I could have all the assists. It's just kind of the way it pans out in the game. Like, I could do the dirty work and I could pass it to Loomer for the goal. Like, we play pretty similar in that way, and at the same time, we complement each other well, where both of us can do the dirty work and find each other for soft ice goals, and both can shoot the puck pretty well and stuff. So I think our chemistry's helped the team a lot this year, and hopefully we can keep it going the last stretch here.
It's your guys' last season in Lincoln, of course, both about to age out of the league. You guys have spent a lot of time here in the city of Lincoln. Do you guys have any favorite memories from being, around, whether that is, catching football games. Nowadays, basketball is the fun thing to go to. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to catch one of those yet, but do you guys have any favorite memories from just, non-hockey related things? You can say being on the show, by the way. I'm sure the PR would love that.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun, but honestly, haven't been to a basketball game this year, but I was at the one last year when the guy made like that putt. That was pretty
I was
insane.
at that against USC where the guy made the putt for Porsche across.
Yeah, that was crazy. Or like a football game, and just being from Canada, you don't understand. Like you see all the football and stuff like that, the college football, but you don't realize until you see all the cars down here. You see all the people just going out tailgate and everything for a game. So I think outside of the rink, that's been pretty cool. Just seeing a college town, nice city, and just how close everyone is in with their sports, their school, and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember like just yesterday, 2 years ago, coming here and
wearing
no
number
idea.
8.
Yeah, literally no idea kind of what to expect, but loved every moment of it.
How much did you have to pay him for the number 8, Pelly, when you got here?
No, just a couple chipper meals.
Yeah.
But
No.
yeah, as you said, I think the school spirit's great in this town. It's obviously a passionate Big Ten fan base out here, and I think one of my favorite memories last year is I think we had the whole team in the springtime when it got warm. We all went to a baseball game, so that was really fun. So just able to spend time with the guys outside the rink is obviously fun and stuff, and it's all part of the junior experience, just getting tight with your friends and making friendships that last a lifetime. So that's just little stuff that we do and stuff. We find ways to hang out with each other, and we always have a good time.
You guys, we just had the volleyball team out on this past weekend as well. They got a chance to watch you guys play. Have you guys been to volleyball games in your time here? Or I guess you're not going to have another chance, but
I have not actually. I feel like most of the time with our schedule is always
they always
play at the
they
same
take
time
our
we
parking
do.
lot.
Yeah, so it's kind of been tough to find times to go to their games. I know they're obviously one of the best teams in the country, so it would have been cool. But at the same time, we're here to play hockey and stuff, so I can't really
I
miss a
get you.
game or anything for a volleyball game as cool as it would have been, though.
Yeah, it was cool to see them here at the Icebox last weekend. All right, fellas, before we go ahead and get out of here, just wanted to thank you guys for hopping on. I'm sure at some point when we get to the playoffs, we'll talk to you two, whether that is together or separate again. But again, thank you guys for being on the show this week, and of course, good luck this weekend out in Green Bay. You can catch all the broadcasts on the Mixler side of things with yours truly on the call, and then on Flow as well, that being Flow Sports when it works. By the way, it didn't work last Friday, but that's besides the point. Then again, for Alex Pelletier, Lane Loomer, and for associate head coach Art Bry, and our wonderful producer Nick Wyman, my name is Alexander Fern. The Stars are back in action on Friday in Green Bay. We hope to see you on the Lincoln Stars Hockey Network. See you next week.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens